Hello everybody, Accureye here, and welcome back to another Accureye Talks, where all the characters, land on a ranked battle for Street Fighter. So yeah, before we get started, of course, if you're new to my channel, feel free to tell me how you, found my channel, and what got you interested in watching my channel content. But with that being said, we are going to be continuing our little talk for Street Fighter, and where all the characters land in ranked battle. So, today we are going to be talking about Blanka, who is, at least in my opinion, a mid-tier character. And, yeah, he is, at least in my opinion, that of a mid-tier character, so,
experience the wild
yeah.
the hard way.
Now, I don't know what happened there when I was choosing the character. I think I accidentally made press back or something, but, you know. But, yeah, so Blanka, he's, like I said, a mid-tier character, at least in my opinion. And, yo.
Now I'm going to do training.
So, yeah, here we are. I'm actually just doing some practice moves. I'm kind of just figuring out things, as it is. I don't play Blanka that much, so, yeah. But, here you are, you know, just kind of seeing me as I usually do, showing you some of his moves, some of the things that he can do, and of course, showcasing his V-Trigger 1 and V-Trigger 2. So yeah, as I always do, I will try to showcase these moves. I'm usually, like I said, I like to showcase you some of the moves and stuff, and, yeah. But anyway, so, yeah. In my opinion, V-Trigger 1 probably is the best move for him. But here you go. I'm going to try to show you V-Trigger 2. Honestly, as is, with V-Trigger 2, I don't really understand what the point of V-Trigger 2 is for, Blanka. He is, like I said, at least to me, a mid-tier character. And I rank him under the mid-tier rank, because while he doesn't get used often, you know, I do believe he is a mid-tier character, at least through, my personal choice and thoughts. But, yeah, at this point here, I was just trying to figure out what, V-Trigger 2 does. Couldn't really figure it out, so, in my personal opinion, if you're going to play, Blanka, use V-Trigger 1. It's much better than V-Trigger 2. But, yeah. So, So, as we normally do, and as you know, when it comes down to, putting anything on Street Fighter and showcasing any character, I'm going to now show you a real-life scenario, and some footage, of course, of me doing actual fights against players, because, you know, obviously, you know, I can just show you and tell you some things on training mode. And of course, you know, I could make claims on training mode, but I like showing you some actual real life footage and some actual footage against, you know, players online, just to show you a full spectrum of Blanka and why I believe he, of course, lies in the mid-tier category. So, oh, yeah. But, as you recall, if you don't remember, we're going against a Ziku here, who I think, for some reason, may have lagged for a while. I don't know why they lagged, but, yeah. But, yeah, you know, they were, lagging for some reason, and they are playing, like I've said before, back in the beginning of, what was it, in the beginning of this series, Ziku, in my opinion, is by far the worst character, and he kind of proves my real-life footage and and if you didn't watch that, I would highly I would highly say that you should watch that. But he Ziku is, in my opinion, the lowest of the low. He doesn't even deserve to be known under the mid-tier or even high-tier category. I mean, how this guy got so high leveled on, or high ranked on Street Fighter in ranked mode, I do not know. But you'll see here how, you know, I just prove going forward into this fight that Ziku he doesn't have a mid-tier or high-tier capability. I mean, honestly, you know, you'll see it here. I kind of pick up on his game, and you know, and you'll see going into like the next match that Ziku just doesn't have what it takes. He's terrible for a ranked battle, and how this guy got so high with a Ziku is surprising to me, you know. Oh yeah. But no. But yeah, so you know. But you'll see here how, you know, he just kind of gets lucky off me this first time. Alright, this first time, of course, he kind of got lucky. In some ways, I was just way too, wanted to use my special moves and wanted to try and catch him on combo. Which, I mean, it does happen. That's my initial protocol. My initial protocol is to try and find a way to break his guard and, of course, catch him on protocols. For those of you who don't know, I used to be competitive. That's always been my style, especially when I was in local competitions and stuff, was to find a way to break someone's guard, or at least get them into thinking that if they guard, they're going to be okay. But, I mean, you know, and that's exactly kind of what happens here, is you'll see here how I kind of catch this guy into the start of some combos, and into the start of him trying to think, okay, how am I going to be defensive enough, or how am I going to start the offense? Because, you know, that's exactly it. It's all about starting offense and creating some actual, you know, some actual competitiveness, you know, with, you know, fighting. Now, I know that some of you are going to be we'll talk about this, and we will talk about this in some degree, we will talk about this in some degree going forward to another video. But there are two different types of styles in fighter games, everyone. And many of you may be thinking, Accureye, what do you mean? There are two different types or styles in fighter games. There are two different types. And well, my point being is, in fighting games, the communities are different depending on what side of the United States you live on. As it is in the United States, in the East Coast, it's more of an offensive style. And kind of in the West Coast, it's more of a defensive style. Now, I will be talking about this more going forward in a separate video about two different styles and two different competitive branches and two different ways that people are more in, you know, how they are in the competitive. But you know, but here you just kind of see that I really just prove how pretty much Ziku is just not a you know, not a you know,
you win.
Not really worthy of being in the higher rank areas, higher rank battles. And you know, and in many ways, that's just it. Is that, you know, Ziku doesn't have the you know, the higher rank battles, the higher, you know, the higher, if you will, you know, you know, the higher, if you will, you know, the higher, if you will, thing, you know, and you know, that's kind of just it, you know, is that, you know, Ziku does not stand in the high ranks. You know, of course, he doesn't really hold the candle, I guess you could say. And you can see it here how this guy just shows so many flaws in his style. I mean, now I don't blame him. He's very offensive, very, if you will, adaptable in being super aggressive. Like, he likes being super aggressive. He likes trying to bring the fight to you. Or, in some ways, going for the fight. He likes going for the fight, if you will.
You need to pay attention.
And, I have nothing against that fighting style. That's more if you're on the USA. If you live in the US, that's more in the West Coast. The West Coast style is all about being offensive. It's all about going over to your opponent, bringing the fight to your opponent. And you're probably thinking, well, Accureye, what about the East Coast side? Well, you're seeing kind of the East Coast side, which is a more defensive style. It's more about trying to find a way to break the guard of an enemy, or even just getting them into the state of mind that they are, that they're going to have to guard more, or they can't really go offensive. They're going to look for moments of offensive. Now, you're probably thinking, Accureye, do you live on the eastern side of the U.S.? And no, I don't. But I find so many people in Street Fighter over the course of the years and over the course of my local competitive thing that I learned both styles. I'm very proficient at being defensive and being extremely defensive, but I'm also very proficient at bringing the offense to a person, to someone. And you kind of see here how this guy gets lucky with a combo, which I don't really understand. I never understood how he got so lucky with that combo. I mean, I don't really understand it, but either way, you saw what I did here. Hopefully this has showcased Blanca enough to make you satisfied with where I landed him on ranked. And with that being said, thank you everybody for joining me on this video today. If you liked this video, you know what to do. Hit that like button, get subscribed, hit that bell notification because I know you want to know when my next video drops next. Thank you everyone for joining me on this video today. If you would like to see what I'm doing competitively or just whatever shenanigans I'm doing on Twitch, you can follow me at www.twitch.tv/Accureye. I am live on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. But thank you everyone for joining me on this video, and until the next one, this is Accureye signing out and saying farewell everyone.